All right, welcome everyone. It's the Support Life and Music. I'm Jack Mangan, aka the Gambler, and I'm craving Hello Kitty from that rock and roll city. so, so I want to say thank you very, very much to Ariel Jean, who's joining us today. Ariel Jean is from the country and music world. Funny enough, we met at a heavy metal event, but we'll get to all that. Ariel, thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes to talk to us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, it's great. So let's take a couple of minutes, tell people a little bit about what your style of country is, and if it's kind of in tune with what's the predominant trend or style of country music that's out there today.
Okay, yeah. So I would consider myself a country rock artist. I do have some very classic country songs that I've written, and then I've got a couple of more rock sounding country songs. So I love anything that is not usual. Like I like things that are different, and I wouldn't consider myself super traditional in any way, shape, or form. Um, but that's the type of stuff I like. And so that's probably why you met me at a Metal Hall of Fame event. Is because I really just enjoy all genres of music and I can appreciate the art side of all the different genres of music. But I've only got three singles out right now that are really good quality, and I recorded them in Nashville. And so those three songs are each unique in their own way. But yes, Rocker Girl is a more rock country song. Especially the music video is unique and a lot of fun. So if you have time to check that one out, I would suggest it. It's just a lot of fun.
Great. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's absolutely a lot of fun. And I don't really come from the country music world, but I can definitely appreciate good music. And I like the guitar hooks, I like the hooks, and like the catchiness of it all. So yeah, my hat is off to you for this great start. So, well, I mean, let's talk a little. Tell before we get to the support life and music part of this. What are your plans for you and your band for 2025? What do you have coming up?
Yeah, so we've got a lot of show dates in the books already. I'm sure there's more to come with that as well. So all my show dates are at arieljean.com, and we play anywhere from festivals to casinos to clubs. Um, so fairs, we play a lot of shows. And so yeah, we're all over the place in regards to that. Um, I don't have any new music coming out at the moment. We're just really like pushing our three singles that we just did last year. We've got three music videos out for them. So we're just entering them into like a lot of film festivals and, you know, pushing the original songs to get more traction. I am looking into a goal of possible album in 2026. So we might be doing like a Kickstarter campaign because it's really expensive to record. So my goal was to do a full length album. Really great quality in Nashville, but it's really expensive. So probably the only way we could do that as an independent artist is to run a Kickstarter campaign. So I'll definitely be keeping everybody posted on that if or when we're going to be um, putting that out there for people to donate and be part of the journey and the process of the making of the album and stuff in Nashville. So, yeah.
Great. Yeah, good luck with that. And feel free to ask me and Support Life and Music. We'll definitely spread the word when you're ready for that. Because I know crowdfunding campaigns are their own headache and stress. So yeah.
Yes, it is. But I mean, the cool thing is if you can find enough supporters and, everyone just donates a little bit, it can be really successful. And then it's like, okay, we've got the funding. Now we can move forward and get people what they want, which is more music, right? So.
Yes, great. All right. So let me ask this. So in country music and also outside of country music, just throw out a couple of names of artists or even just songs, just music that everyone should know and should be from your perspective. So name a couple of country artists and a couple of non-country artists that you feel like everyone should know and listen to.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously one of my favorite artists is Lainey Wilson on the country side. I love her as a female artist, as a songwriter. I love her energy on stage. She's a great performer. So, definitely I think she's really awesome. Locally out of Sacramento, unsigned artist, I would love anyone to check out Jessica Malone. She's a fabulous, in my opinion, one of the best songwriters in Sacramento, and she is just absolutely incredible. Um, and she's also a wonderful musician, great guitarist, really nice person, very creative, unique. So would love anyone to check out her music. And then as far as outside of that genre, I mean, I kind of grew up listening to more rock. I actually didn't start listening to country until probably high school. So growing up, I was like, oh, my parents listened to the Beatles, Bread, old 70s band,
Oh
that I
yeah.
really love. Still listen to them actually all the time. Just kind of brings back a old feeling. It reminds me of my dad, because my dad is the one who actually taught me to play guitar a long time ago, and he grew up in a family with five brothers, and they used to play in a band together. So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Yeah, but those old 70s bands, love Bread, love Chicago. Um, I love Queen, um, Led Zeppelin, a lot of those older classic rock bands. So, I mean, those are ones that I think you can't live without. Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith. So lots of those bands influenced me a lot growing up, especially Led Zeppelin, I would say. And I love the writing styles too, right? Like just a lot more complex writing and
Hmm.
intricate guitar and different things that I think aren't really out there as much anymore. Um, and so it's good. Like I started taking guitar lessons like 3 years ago, and so you really start paying attention more to the guitar skills and like behind all of that, what goes into the writing and everything. So yeah, those would definitely be some of my favorite rock and country artists. Also the Chicks, or the Dixie Chicks on the countryside. Actually, they were some of the one of the first country artists I started listening to on country, was the Dixie Chicks. They're called the Chicks now.
Right.
So loves the three-part harmony and the musicianship, the level of musicianship on their end too.
Nice. And you know, yeah, I've listened to your songs. I definitely hear some of those things you mentioned. I guess I'll be. I don't know if I hear Bread, but you know, maybe you could do like a countrified version of If. That would be kind of neat to hear, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of their songs are just like you listen to it and you feel like you're already in a good mood.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
kind of a little bit of yacht rock, a little bit.
yeah.
Um, that's awesome, and I love the family connection to that too. And you know, that's something I wanted to ask you about. I got a couple of questions really about about staying. This music life can be hard, so you know that's one thing. It's how do you? Well, actually, as a quick preamble for everyone else. You know, when Ariel and I were chatting, and you know, she had like her whole house was sick, and so like that's one of my questions for you is how do you kind of maintain the balance of just paying the bills, doing music, and you know, and taking care of yourself and your family? How do you maintain that balance in life?
Um, so I feel like I'm really, really lucky. I have a very supportive husband. He is the best. I mean, like, I can't imagine doing this without having someone so supportive and easygoing. So, first and foremost, I'm very lucky to be married to someone for almost 13 years who has just from the very beginning seen me as an artist, accepted me for who I am, and like just allows me a lot of freedom to like seek out and pursue my dreams. And so he works full time and he's kind of the breadwinner. So I'm also very fortunate to like have that support from him. Um, as far as being a mom, like I would say that that's uh an entire journey in itself. So I've been married 13 years. I have a daughter who's 6. Her name's Chevelle, and my son Brandon, he's 3. And so, yeah, I would say like juggling all of those things and continuing pursuing my dreams and being a songwriter. It's obviously has its challenges and obstacles and things that you go through that you overcome. But I think something about me is that I have always just been very driven. So, every obstacle, I've had thousands of them. I just choose to find a way around them, and it's not easy. And yeah, when my family gets sick, sometimes it's like, okay, I still got to find time for my guitar practice. I still got to find time for these projects and rehearsal and preparing for the show that's coming up or whatever it is. Um, but I think you just find a way to do it because it's what you love to do, right? Um, I mean, I've got so many stories, especially like I think Ariel Jean Band's been around for over 8 years. So before I ever had kids, like I still had lots of obstacles because I didn't have all the gear I needed. I didn't have all the things, right? So I spent the first 5 years of my career investing in gear, for a good live performance. We didn't have like good speakers and a good soundboard and, good equipment at the beginning. So I always joke with my sisters because I'm like, why anyone hired us in the beginning, I don't know. I think people had to just like believe in us in some way. Because, I think there's been a level of talent from the beginning, but luckily we've gotten a lot better and we invested in a lot of gear. And so like those obstacles in itself of just like, okay, we got to find a way to like get this equipment, and invest in this stuff. And I really did not even start making money from playing music until like a couple of years ago, because that's how much money I was just putting back into like getting what I needed for it to be successful. And so I think people don't realize that like the life of an artist isn't as glamorous as it seems. There's a lot of artists out there who are struggling from the beginning, and it takes 10, 12 years to get their feet off the ground if they ever even get to that point, because yeah, there is a lot of obstacles. It's a hard road. And if you don't have the support, like how do you like get to that level? And so luckily now there's like the social media platforms now that like a lot of artists can kind of find their journey just by consistently posting and like building an audience online first before they go on to their journey. But I kind of did things backwards where like I was just trying to put on a good show at first. And, you know, that was my journey as opposed to like building my platforms first. So like I'm kind of focusing more on that now, is like building more of an audience, building you know, something online to help me continue forward. But there's always going to be obstacles. Like honestly, if I could give anybody any advice, it would just be don't give up and keep pushing. Whatever obstacle you find that you're facing, find a way around it. If that person tells you no, say, okay, I'm going to find someone who's going to tell me yes, right? Like, or I'm just going to do it myself. There was a lot of times where I had people tell me certain things, like they didn't like what I was doing, they didn't like my sound, they didn't like my look, whatever. Okay, you don't like it. I'm gonna find somebody who does, or I'm gonna do this myself. And you just don't take no for an answer. You find a way to keep pushing forward because it's your dream and vision. It's not anyone else's. It's yours. And hold on tight to that. And just continue pushing forward and don't ever give up or let anybody else's opinion stop you from reaching your goal.
That is fantastic. Yes, thank you so much, Ariel. So yeah, Ariel Jean, everyone. And it's, I think, absolutely going places, just all kinds of talent, fantastic voice, fantastic music, and just great insights there. Really, I couldn't have said it better myself. So thank you so much, Ariel. I think we can wrap it up, but I'll let you have the last word. So if there's anything you wanted to say to your fans, or maybe your new fans, or people who are interested in learning more about you and your music, feel free. Like I said, you can take us out with the last word.
Yeah. So I am a singer-songwriter from Sacramento, California, and I've got lots of music on YouTube mostly. I try to put out any new songs that I write on YouTube first just to see like how my audience likes them and um I've got 3 singles out right now on Spotify and iTunes, and you can find those singles on any online streaming platform. So, yeah, those were uh, recorded in Nashville at a really nice studio and with top-notch musicians and producer out in Nashville. So I'm really excited about those 3 songs. On My Way to You, Honky Tonk Queen, and Rocker Girl. So yeah, you can find any of those songs out there. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So my Instagram handle is Ariel Jean Official. My Facebook is Ariel Jean Music. And all my show dates are at arieljean.com. So if you guys ever want to check out where I'm playing next, and if it's not an area that you're able to go to, I go live on TikTok at all of my performances. So you follow my page on TikTok and see what time and date I'm playing, and usually I'll be live on my TikTok for those events for anybody who, is anywhere in the world really can watch from there. And I started going live too on my Facebook page because I've been having like more people all over the world follow me on there as well. So I've just been trying to kind of find a way to connect with those people in a new way, because obviously I can't really be in person with them. Um, but that means more to me than anything is just to have anybody who's interested in my songs, because that's why I do this. I would not do this unless I loved writing songs and I loved performing and just wanting to get my original music into the hands of anybody who's willing to listen. That's why I do this. It is not for fame. It is not for money. It is not for anything other than just I love writing songs, and I really just want to connect and get the music into the hands of anybody who's willing to listen. And so also just a regular person. So like I've had people be like, "Oh wow, that's so cool." And it's like, well, yeah, I'm just a regular person, just like anyone else. And at the end of the day, we're all people. So we should respect each other and show the same love and kindness for anybody, no matter who they are, right? Um,
Right.
I also just got word that we're going to be performing at Disneyland on the main stage in Anaheim this year. So we won an audition um, in LA, and they picked us out of many applicants. So we're going to be performing at Disneyland. I'm pretty excited about that. And we're going to be posting dates about that as well. So
Wow. Yeah, congratulations. That's fantastic. Very cool. Well, yeah,
thank
best of
you.
luck with all of that. And again, awesome stuff. I totally agree with your everything you're saying. I really respect it. It's great that you're not. I love that you just said that you're in it for the artistry and for the music, not just getting rich and famous. So that's great too. All right, Ariel. Well, thank you so much, Ariel. And thanks. Everyone should go check out Ariel at all the places listed and catch your live concert online. That's pretty cool too. So we'll be tuning in. So thank you so much, Ariel. Thanks for your time, and everyone, Ariel Jean Band.
Yeah, thank you.